is Nicola and I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, it's great to have you, and if you're returning, thank you very much for coming back and spending some more time with me today. So I'm not hanging around today. It's Monday, it's lunchtime, and I'm filming my floss tube ready to go out on Tuesday. Really busy week, which I'll get to in a moment. So the stitching really has taken a little bit of a hit, unfortunately, but I have still worked on 4 full coverage projects, although I haven't worked on my start and finish for July all week, which I'll get to in a moment. So without further ado, I'm just going to get quite straight on with the stitching. First piece I've worked on is this one, and this is my Tilton Crafts Realm of Middle Earth map, and I am working this on even weave, 25 count, 1/1 full cross. Last time we saw this we were at 28.80%, we are now at 28.95%, and I've just put in a very meagre 700 stitches this week, so any extra time I've put in on this one, there's not been much extra time. That should give you an indication of how my week is going. So as you can see there, that letter H is starting to come in, and that's really kind of really not much more than that I've done. So it's progress, but it's slow progress at the moment. So that's that one. Okay, second piece I've worked on in this, oh no, wrong one, mock up, thank you, is this one, and this is a stitching shelf, artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm working this on the regular size max colour version. This was out on a stitch with me this week, and we have moved on this one. It's stitched on 25 count again, 1/1 full cross. We've moved from 14.14 to 14.46%, and just show you whereabouts I've been working. So there was the hourglass where I was last time, and I've been coming along here. As you can see, there's a few park threads, so I've been coming along here and filling in, which you will have seen on the stitch with me, because you'll have seen the kitty cat up in the top corner. So that represents just 1200 stitches this week, but again, progress is progress, and I do enjoy stitching on a stitching shelf. It's a really nice piece, even though there's lots of colour changes, lots of confetti. It's just a nice piece to stitch, and again, thanks to Petra, my friend on Instagram, who kindly RAK'd it for me. So the next one that I've worked on is this one, supersized max colour version of Night Cafe, artwork by Leonid Afremov, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And again, this one was out on a stitch with me this week, and I've had a couple of questions about it, which I will be answering in my next stitch with me, the chatty one, which I'll be doing later this week. So this one is stitched 2/1 on 25 count tent stitch, and I'm kind of doing it in like a snake method, but in blocks. And last time 3.59%, we're now up to 3.75% with 1600 stitches, and it now looks like this. And you're interested to note that this line here is halfway down, so we are now halfway down the depth of this piece. So we're at 500, at line 500 now of 999. So a little achievement there. But again, proper enjoying it, lots of lovely colours, lots of parking. In fact, do you know what, I'll address the question here. My question was from Clara. I will also do a stitch with me, by the way, and she asked about how I always start with a loop start on that piece, no matter how many stitches that I'm doing. Well, the reason for that is quite simple. It's because there is a lot of, with it being 2/1 tent stitch and parking, there's a lot of bulk on the back as it is, and I figured that starting with a loop start will lessen the bulk. So what I tend to do is do a loop start, do my stitches, and then if I part my thread, I part my thread. If I have to cut it off, I cut it off. I'll do two things with the cut thread. So the first thing is that I will save it on my plastic thread cards, and I will use it on other pieces because it's on my master. It's from my master set, so I can use it on any other piece, and I can pick up either one thread or two, because for some reason that's the only one that seems quite bulky on the back. Or if, like, you know, for example, I thread up a full length of thread, I do 3 or 4 stitches on this one, I've still got a fair length of thread that I can double to do another loop start, I'll do so. So I do use it up like that. I don't just throw the thread away, I do sort of tend to use it. Might not always be on that piece, it might just go to the other ones, but I've found certainly with that piece that doing a loop start just lessens the bulk a little bit in the back. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it now, but that's the back. It's almost kind of like ruggish as it is, and I don't really want to sort of add to that. It feels quite thick, as you can see there. So that is that. And the fourth piece that I've worked on is this one. This is called She Sleeps. Artwork is by Stephanie Pui Mun Law, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this one I'm working on 20 count Aida 2/1 full cross. We've gone from 5.64 to 6.31%, and I've just added in 1,000 stitches. So I've worked on this side here, bringing down, it's going down the right hand side now. So as you can see, when you look at the whole thing, we've got kind of like a good portion of the border there that's done. So some of these colours here are the ones that are in Night Cafe, and even though the pieces are a little bit shorter, you can still double them and use them for a loop start on here. So that's how I've done it. So that is that. So 1,000 stitches on that. So my stitch tally for this week has not been terribly good. So it's 1,900, 2,500, 4,500 stitches. When I've been going sort of 7,000 and 8,000 plus in. So there's a couple of reasons behind. I'm not going to go into one of them sort of terribly much, but suffice to say that at the moment work is very busy. Over the weekend I did 14 hours of overtime. The other reason is that there are a couple of issues on the home front. Those of you who've got me on Facebook will know that there's been an issue. I'm not going to go into it here. I haven't been given the right to reply, so I don't think it's fair to sort of, I'm not going to trash that person because I don't think it's fair, even though that's what's happened, essentially what's happened to me. So there's been a couple of things going on which we're working our way through. But yeah, work is the main one at the moment, and it's just incredibly busy. The overtime I've done this weekend, it's like a queue where I pick up an item and I do my part on that item and then, you know, forward it on to the next person kind of thing. At the mid-time of June there were about 3,000 items in that queue, and as of Saturday morning there were like nearly 8,500. So as you can imagine, and stuff's been taken out of it all the time, stuff's been worked all the time. So when overtime is there and overtime is available, I have to take it, which means that the stitching does unfortunately take a hit. I've had nothing at all, as I said, on my start and finish, although I am down to back stitch on it. There's a couple of reasons why I haven't worked on it. First one is obviously because I've been busy with work. The second reason is, with it being backstitch, I have to be in the best possible way I can describe it, is I have to be awake and alert to do it. And with the hours that I'm working at the moment, I'm pretty much constantly tired at the minute. A little bit grumpy, but mainly tired. So if I can't give a piece like that deserves my full attention, its full attention, I'm not stitching on it. Things like Realm of Middle Earth, Maui Princess, Afremov piece to an extent, there's lots of blocky areas, and to be fair as well, because they're bright colours, they're easier to see. This start and finish is a grayscale and it's hard to see, so I have to be fully awake and fully sort of into doing it. But anyway, so that's my little life at the moment. Lauren is not here, she's at school. She has picked up some embroidery, but I don't know what she's done with it. She might have even took it to school with her if I know her. But yeah, so that is all. Oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon, excuse me. That is all from me for now. I am working on some extra stitch with me's because I still want to release videos when I am on holiday, but just be aware that you may have seen it progress further on a floss tube, but there'll still be kind of a stitch with me coming out. So yeah, all that's left really to say is take care, happy stitching, thanks for watching. If you do have a minute or two, please do go and take a look at my other videos. There'll be some appearing on your end screen in a moment. And also just double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, as the YouTube subscribes and unsubscribes has been very much like this again. You know, I've got sort of nearly 1,340 subscribers, and then all of a sudden it dropped to 1,330 kind of thing. So just double check and make sure that you're still subscribed. And you know, if you've not heard from a YouTuber, a floss tuber for a while, just go and check out their channel too, because you might have been unsubscribed from them. And it's not us content creators, it is a quirk of YouTube. So I will see you later this week for 2 Stitch with Me. So there'll be one coming up with music, which will be Maui Princess, and then the next one will be a chatty, and Envy will be out on the chatty. So I will see you for those this coming week. I've got a little bit of neighbourhood gossip, shall we say, as well. And it's, honest to God, it's better than EastEnders sometimes living here, it really is. There's been a couple of bits of drama sort of go off outside the front door, as it were. So it'll give me something to chat about on my Stitch with Me. But as ever, any comments, please do drop them down below. Take care, happy stitching, see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.